The story begins on a dark, distant planet where an alien fleet is preparing to invade Earth. Commander Bonner and his team of brave human soldiers are on a reconnaissance mission nearby. They hide behind rocky hills, watching the alien ships assemble. The ships shimmer and disappear, thanks to their advanced cloaking devices. Bonner's heart races as he realizes how powerful these aliens are. Their ships are massive and armed with weapons that shine with deadly energy. As the soldiers observe, they see the aliens communicating in a strange language, their voices booming across the barren landscape. Bonner whispers to his team, urging them to take notes. They must gather as much information as possible. The tension in the air is thick. Every moment counts. The soldiers know they need to report back to their superiors quickly. Time is running out. Bonner glances at his watch, feeling the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He thinks of the families waiting for them back home and the lives that depend on their success. Suddenly, an alien ship fires a test shot, illuminating the night sky with a blinding flash. The soldiers gasp, realizing just how close they are to disaster. With their chances looking slim, Bonner knows they must act fast. He signals his team to prepare for a swift retreat, their hearts pounding as they move quietly, aware that the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. The scene shifts to a grand chamber filled with various alien leaders from across the galaxy. The Galactic Council is in session, and the atmosphere is tense. The room is circular, with a large holographic display showing a map of the galaxy. Bright lights flicker as different species take their places. Some aliens are tall and slender, while others are short and stout, each with unique features. They are all here to discuss the growing threat of humanity, but most of them see it as nothing more than a joke. At the head of the table sits a particularly arrogant alien leader named Sci-Fi, a fierce warrior from a powerful race known for their advanced technology. His skin shimmers like metal, reflecting the light around him. With a sneer, he addresses the council. Humans. They are nothing but a speck in the galaxy. Their technology is outdated and weak. Laughter erupts from the council members. They exchange knowing glances, confident that their superiority is unchallenged. As the laughter dies down, another council member, a wise-looking alien with large bright eyes named Yara, tries to speak up. But we should not underestimate them, she warns. Humans have shown resilience in the past. They may surprise us. However, her voice is drowned out by more laughter. Zelthar shakes his head dismissively, waving his hand as if brushing away a pesky fly. Look at their history, he says, grinning. They were almost wiped out by their own wars. How can they possibly threaten us? The other leaders nod in agreement, their arrogance blinding them to the truth. Meanwhile, a young alien named Kira, who has been quietly observing the meeting, feels a knot tighten in her stomach. She has been following human stories and knows they are not as weak as the council believes. She remembers reading about humans who defied impossible odds, overcoming challenges that seemed insurmountable. But when she raises her hand to speak, the council ignores her, too focused on their laughter and arrogance. As the meeting progresses, the council discusses their plans to demonstrate their power. They agree that a show of strength is necessary to remind the galaxy who is in charge. The leaders come up with a cruel idea. They will launch a surprise attack on Earth to wipe out the human forces once and for all. This way, they can prove their dominance and eliminate a potential threat before it even has a chance to grow. Let's send a message, Selthar declares, his eyes glinting with excitement. We will destroy their military bases and show them the true meaning of power. The council cheers, their voices echoing in the chamber. Kira feels her heart sink. She knows this decision will ignite a rebellion, but she fears she will not be heard. As the council makes their plans, Kira slips out of the chamber, feeling a sense of urgency wash over her. She races to her quarters, her mind racing with thoughts of how to warn the humans. She remembers the stories of bravery and strength that have inspired her. If only she could get the message to Earth before it is too late. Back in the council chamber, the leaders continue their discussions, plotting the details of the attack. They are oblivious to the danger they are creating. The more they laugh and plan, the more Kira realizes that their overconfidence could be their downfall. They don't know what they're up against. She mutters to herself, determination sparking in her chest. Kira knows that if she does not act quickly, the Council's plan will come to fruition, and innocent lives will be lost. She begins to formulate a plan to send a warning to Earth. With her advanced technology, she can create a message that will reach human forces, but she knows it must be done secretly. As Kira works, the Council finishes their meeting, satisfied with their plan. They believe they have secured their victory and can enjoy the show of power they will unleash. But Kira knows better. She prepares to take a dangerous step, realizing that she must become a bridge between the humans and the Council if there is any hope for peace. With her heart pounding, she sends a message to Earth, hoping it reaches the right hands in time. The Council may think they have won, but Kira believes in the strength of humanity and knows they are not as defenseless as the Council thinks. The spark of rebellion has been ignited, and the fight for freedom is about to begin. Back on Earth, a sense of urgency hangs in the air as news of the impending alien invasion spreads. In a secure military base, Commander Bonner gathers his team of soldiers and engineers in a large, dimly lit room. The walls are lined with screens displaying images of the alien fleet and data about their advanced technology. The atmosphere is tense, but there is a spark of determination in the air. Bonner stands at the front, his eyes scanning the faces of his team, each one filled with a mix of fear and resolve. "Listen up, everyone," Bonner begins, his voice steady and strong. "We have a difficult road ahead of us. The Galactic Council thinks we are weak, but we are not. We have something they don't: heart and courage. Together, we will make the *US Vanguard* a force they will never forget." The team nods, inspired by Bonner's words. They know the stakes are high, and the time to act is now. The crew splits into groups, each assigned specific tasks to upgrade the *Vanguard*. Engineers rush to the hangar, bringing in new components and tools. Some work on installing cloaking technology, while others program the advanced AI systems that will help navigate the ship during battle. As the workers hustle about, Bonner walks among them, offering encouragement and support. He stops by a group of young engineers who are focused on enhancing the ship's weapon systems. "You guys are doing great," he says, giving them a thumbs up. "If we can boost our firepower, we can stand a chance against the alien ships." The young engineers exchange hopeful smiles, feeling energized by their commander's belief in them. They increase their pace, fueled by the urgency of the moment. In another corner of the hangar, a soldier named Jamie is carefully testing the new cloaking device. Her hands tremble slightly as she adjusts the settings. Bonner notices her anxiety and approaches. "Hey, Jamie," he says gently. "Remember, we're all in this together. If you need help, just call for me." Jamie looks up, grateful for his support. "Thanks, Commander. I just want to make sure it works perfectly. Lives depend on us." Bonner nods, understanding the weight of her words. He places a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You're doing important work. I believe in you." This small moment of connection boosts her confidence, and she returns to her task with renewed focus. As the hours pass, the crew works tirelessly, united by a common purpose. They share stories of loved ones waiting for them back home, and the bonds between them grow stronger. Some speak of their dreams, while others share fears. Bonner listens closely, aware that these emotional moments are what truly keep them together. He takes a deep breath and remembers his own family. He thinks of his daughter, who is counting on him to return safely. He makes a silent promise to protect his team and ensure they all make it home. Night falls, and the hangar is lit with bright lights as the crew continues their work. The sounds of clanking tools and excited chatter fill the space. Bonner steps back for a moment, surveying the scene. It warms his heart to see everyone focused and dedicated, each person giving their all to ensure the success of the mission. After hours of hard work, they finally finish upgrading the Vanguard *. The ship looks more powerful than ever, equipped with advanced weaponry and a cutting-edge cloaking device that can hide it from alien sensors. Bonner gathers everyone for a final briefing. He stands before his team, a mix of soldiers and engineers, feeling proud of their accomplishments. "Today, we have proven that we can overcome any challenge together," he says, his voice filled with pride. The US Vanguard is ready, and so are we. Remember, we fight not just for ourselves, but for every person on Earth. Let's show the Galactic Council what humanity is made of. The room erupts in cheers, and Bonner can feel the energy in the air. The crew is ready to face whatever comes next, determined to protect their home and each other. As they prepare for the battle ahead, Bonner knows they will fight with everything they have, fueled by the bonds they have forged and the belief that they can win against all odds. Together, they are more than just a team. They are a family. The day of the first encounter finally arrives, and the US Vanguard is ready. The ship gleams under the sunlight, its newly installed cloaking technology and advanced weapon systems giving it a fierce look. Commander Bonner stands on the bridge, surrounded by his crew, his heart pounding with excitement and anxiety. He gazes out at the vastness of space, where the stars twinkle like diamonds against a dark canvas. Today, they will face the alien fleet that threatens Earth. As the Vanguard exits Earth's orbit, the crew prepares for the encounter. Bonner glances at his tactical officer, Lieutenant Jackson, who is monitoring the sensors. "What's our status?" Bonner asks, his voice steady. "Everything's operational, Commander. We're ready to engage," Jackson replies, his fingers flying over the control panel. Meanwhile, aboard the alien flagship, the members of the Galactic Council watch the humans through their advanced viewing screens. They lean back in their luxurious chairs, a mix of arrogance and amusement on their faces. Selphar, the same alien leader who dismissed humanity, laughs as he points at the screen. "Look at those pathetic humans. They think they can challenge us with their outdated technology. This will be a simple victory." The council members chuckle and nod in agreement, their confidence blinding them to the true potential of their opponents. Yara, the wise alien who warned against underestimating humans, sits quietly, her expression serious. She feels a sense of unease in her gut, but is ignored by the others, who are too caught up in their mockery. Back on the Vanguard the crew prepares for battle. Bonner gives a final motivational speech. "Remember, everyone, we are fighting for our homes and our families. Use everything we have learned and stick together. We can do this." The crew cheers, and their spirits are high. They know that they are the underdogs, but they also understand that they possess something special: their resilience. As they move closer to the alien fleet, the tension in the air thickens. Jackson suddenly shouts, "Commander, we have visual contact with the alien ships." The crew gathers around the viewing screen, their eyes widening at the sight of the massive alien fleet. The ships are enormous, with sleek designs and ominous glowing lights. They outnumber the Vanguard significantly, but Bonner steels himself for the challenge ahead. "Activate cloaking," Bonner commands. The ship flickers for a moment, and then disappears from view. They move silently among the alien fleet, taking advantage of their new technology. The crew holds their breath, excitement and fear mingling in the atmosphere. They are ready to make their first strike. Suddenly, an alarm blares through the ship. "They've detected us," Jackson exclaims. The crew watches in horror as the aliens activate their defense systems, their ships glowing menacingly. "Prepare to engage," Bonner yells. The Vanguard emerges from stealth mode, weapons primed and ready. The crew fires their first shots, aiming at the closest alien ships. To their surprise, the shots hit their targets, causing minor damage. Cheers erupt in the control room. But the alien fleet retaliates swiftly. Beams of energy shoot towards the Vanguard hitting the ship with powerful force. The crew is thrown against their consoles as alarms blare, and the ship shakes violently. Bonner grips the edge of his command chair, heart racing. "Status report," he shouts over the chaos. "We've lost power in the aft section." Jackson replies, panic creeping into his voice. "We're taking heavy damage." "Redirect power from the shields to weapons," Bonner orders. He knows they need to hold on and fight back. The crew works feverishly, rerouting energy and firing at the alien ships. The ingenuity of humanity shines through as they adapt quickly, finding ways to use their technology in unexpected ways. As the battle rages on, Bonner realizes the overwhelming strength of the aliens. Their ships are larger, their weapons more powerful, and they have superior numbers. The crew of the Vanguard fights bravely, but the aliens seem unfazed by the human resistance. Back in the council chamber, the members of the Galactic Council continue to watch the battle unfold. Selthar leans back, a smug smile on his face. "See, I told you it would be easy. They stand no chance against us." The others nod in agreement, still unaware of the growing determination among the human forces. Despite the odds, Bonner and his crew refuse to give up. They fight with everything they have, showing creativity and courage in the face of overwhelming power. The battle may not be going in their favor, but Bonner knows that this is just the beginning. They are underestimating humanity, and as the Vanguard continues to engage, Bonner feels a flicker of hope. Humanity will not be defeated so easily. The battle between the Vanguard and the alien fleet rages on in the cold void of space. The crew fights valiantly, but it becomes clear that they are severely outmatched. The massive alien ships, armed with advanced weaponry, bombard the Vanguard relentlessly. Commander Bonner stands on the bridge, tension etched on his face. He can feel the weight of responsibility pressing down on him. If they don't turn the tide soon, they may lose everything. As the alarms blare and the ship shakes under enemy fire, Bonner's mind races. "We need a new strategy," he exclaims, turning to his crew. "We can't keep fighting them head-on. They're too powerful." The crew exchanges worried glances, but Bonner can see determination in their eyes. He knows they are all willing to risk it all for their home and loved ones. Suddenly, an idea sparks in Bonner's mind. "What if we use the cloaking device to infiltrate their flagship?" he suggests, his voice filled with urgency. "If we can disable their command ship, it might disrupt their entire fleet. We could turn the battle in our favor." Lieutenant Jackson raises an eyebrow. "Commander, that's incredibly risky. We could lose the Vanguard and everyone on board." "I know," Bonner replies, his heart racing. "But we don't have many options left. This could be our only chance." The room falls silent as the weight of his words sinks in. The crew exchanges glances, knowing that this plan could lead them to victory or to disaster. As the crew starts discussing the plan, Bonner's thoughts drift back to moments spent with his soldiers. He recalls his first meeting with Jackson, a young officer eager to prove himself. They laughed and joked about their fears, and Bonner promised to protect him. He remembers the faces of his team, each with their own dreams and families. He feels a pang of guilt. If they fail, he might let them down. The memories flood back. The long training sessions, the camaraderie they built, and the times they cheered each other on. He thinks about the bonds they forge, how they shared their fears and hopes. These moments remind him of what they are fighting for, not just survival, but a future. He can't let them down. "Listen, everyone," Bonner says, snapping back to the present. "I won't ask any of you to do something I wouldn't do myself. If we are going to do this, we need to work together. We have to trust each other." The crew nods, their expressions filled with resolve. They know the stakes are high, but they also believe in Bonner's leadership. Bonner outlines the plan. "We will activate the cloaking device and navigate the enemy fleet. Once we reach their flagship, we'll board and take out their command center. It's dangerous, but it's our best shot." He looks at each crew member, searching for any sign of hesitation. Instead, he sees determination and courage. "We'll need to time it perfectly," Jackson adds. "If we don't, the flagship's defenses will obliterate us." Bonner nods, knowing they must execute the plan flawlessly. As the crew prepares for the mission, Bonner reflects on the emotional stakes. He thinks of his family back on Earth and the promise he made to return home. The faces of his comrades flash before him, and he realizes they are all counting on him to lead them through this nightmare. The crew works diligently, calibrating the cloaking device and checking their weapons. Tension fills the air, but there's also a sense of unity. Each crew member understands the risks, but they are ready to fight for one another. They gather together, sharing a moment of silence to prepare themselves mentally for the challenge ahead. "Let's show them what humanity is capable of," Bonner shouts, raising his fist. The crew erupts in cheers, their spirits lifted. They know the odds are against them, but their hearts are filled with hope. They are not just fighting for themselves, they are fighting for humanity. With the plan set in motion, Bonner takes a deep breath. The moment of truth is upon them. They activate the cloaking device and plunge into the fray of the alien fleet, adrenaline pumping through their veins. As they navigate through the enemy ships, Bonner grips the controls tightly, focused on the flagship that looms ahead. The stakes have never been higher, and Bonner knows they may not come back from this mission. But he also knows that they have a chance to change everything. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance, and he is determined to fight until the very end. With a deep breath, Commander Bonner steadies himself as the *US Vanguard * hums with energy. The ship's cloaking device activates, rendering them invisible to the vast alien fleet surrounding them. The crew holds their breath as they slip through the shadows, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They are now in the enemy's territory, and one wrong move could spell disaster. Status report. Bonner commands, his voice firm but calm, despite the tension in the air. The crew quickly checks their instruments, eyes darting to the monitors. "We're in position, Commander," Lieutenant Jackson replies, his fingers flying over the controls. "The flagship is just ahead. Ready when you are." Bonner nods, gripping the armrests of his chair tightly. "Let's move. Remember your training and stick to the plan." The crew members exchange nods of encouragement, knowing the importance of their mission. They are not just soldiers, they are humanity's last hope against the powerful alien forces. As they approach the flagship, Bonner glances out the viewports, witnessing the sprawling alien armada. Massive warships glide silently, unaware of the impending threat lurking within their midst. He feels a mixture of fear and determination. They are entering a lion's den, but they are ready to fight back. With the Vanguard now docked silently to the flagship, the team dons their combat gear and prepares for action. Bonner leads his soldiers down the dark corridors, the atmosphere thick with tension. They rely on stealth as they move forward, but their nerves are on edge, knowing the danger that lies ahead. Suddenly, an alarm blares throughout the ship. Red lights flash ominously, signaling that their cover may have been compromised. "They know we're here," Jackson shouts, panic rising in his voice. "We need to move fast." Bonner takes a deep breath to calm himself. "Stay focused. We need to reach the control room and disable their command system." He gestures for the team to advance, and they sprint down the narrow hallway, adrenaline pumping through their veins. The team encounters the first group of alien guards, hulking figures with weapons drawn. "Contact," Bonner yells, and the silence is shattered by the sound of gunfire. The humans spring into action, using their training to their advantage. Bonner leads the charge, firing his weapon while dodging incoming shots. The aliens are strong, but the humans are determined. Jackson moves swiftly, taking down an enemy with a precise shot, while another soldier executes a perfect takedown, wrestling an alien to the ground. Explosions echo in the distance, sending tremors through the corridor as Bonner and his team engage in close-quarters combat. As they push forward, the visuals are striking. Flashes of laser fire illuminate the dark corridor, and the sound of weapons colliding fills the air. Bonner feels the rush of adrenaline coursing through him, focusing on each enemy that crosses his path. The team fights like a well-oiled machine, moving in sync and covering one another. Suddenly, the corridor widens into a large chamber. Alien soldiers are scattered around, and Bonner signals for the team to take cover. "We need to split up and flank them," he orders, heart pounding in his chest. They move swiftly, using the shadows to their advantage. The chaos of battle surrounds them as they engage in fierce combat. Bonner fights with a mix of instinct and strategy. He ducks and weaves, taking out enemies with precise shots. The chamber fills with smoke and debris from explosions, creating a chaotic battlefield. He can feel the weight of the moment. The fate of humanity depends on their success. As the battle rages on, Bonner spots the control room door in the distance. "We're almost there," he shouts, rallying his troops. Just as they reach the door, a wave of alien reinforcements floods the chamber. Bonner's heart sinks as they find themselves outnumbered. "We have to hold them off," he yells, determination blazing in his eyes. In an intense fight for survival, Bonner and his team push back against the incoming enemies. Explosions rock the chamber, and the sounds of combat drown out all other noise. The humans fight fiercely, their skills and teamwork shining through the chaos. Bonner knows they can't hold off the tide forever. "Cover me. I'm going for the control room," he shouts, sprinting toward the door. Jackson and the others create a protective barrier, firing at the advancing aliens. Bonner reaches the door and slams his palm against the control panel, hoping it will open. The door hisses and slides open, revealing the control room bathed in a cold blue light. "I'm in," Bonner calls out, rushing inside. He quickly scans the room for the command console, knowing they must disable the flagship's systems. As the battle continues outside, Bonner works quickly, his fingers flying over the controls. He can hear the sounds of conflict, but he remains focused. This is their chance to change the tide of the war. With the Vanguard and his team counting on him, Bonner prepares to take down the enemy from within. Inside the cold, dimly lit control room of the alien flagship, Commander Bonner stands before the central console, his heart racing. The atmosphere is thick with tension as he prepares to face the AI leader of the alien fleet, a powerful entity that has long considered humans inferior. The air buzzes with anticipation. Bonner knows this confrontation could determine the fate of humanity. As he activates the console, the holographic image of the AI flickers to life. It is a towering figure made of shifting lights and cold metal. Its voice is calm, almost mocking. "Human," it states, "you dare to challenge my authority. You are nothing but a relic of a bygone era." Bonner straightens his back, meeting the AI's gaze with defiance. "We may be human, but we have something you lack: emotions, unity, and the will to fight for our survival." His words echo in the silence of the room, charged with the weight of determination. The AI's features twist into a sneer. "Emotions are weaknesses. They will lead to your destruction." With that, the AI sends a command through the flagship, unleashing waves of automated drones and armed aliens into the control room. The door behind Bonner slams shut, and the once calm space erupts into chaos. Bonner can hear the sounds of battle outside, but he knows he must focus. "Team, hold your ground," he yells to his soldiers, who are fighting off the alien drones that flood into the control room. The drones are relentless, but Bonner and his team are prepared. With quick movements, they spring into action, using their weapons and teamwork to push back against the mechanical foes. Bonner fires his weapon, taking out several drones in quick succession. His team fights fiercely, demonstrating their skills and courage as they move in unison, working as one. As the battle intensifies, Bonner feels the weight of the AI's underestimation of humanity. The drones may be stronger and more advanced, but the bond between the soldiers gives them an edge. They communicate through quick glances and nods, anticipating each other's moves. This teamwork fuels their determination, driving them forward even as the odds seem stacked against them. Focus on the AI's core, Bonner shouts, directing his team toward the central console where the AI's main system operates. If they can disable it, they may stand a chance against the relentless wave of enemies. They push through the onslaught of drones, each moment filled with suspense and action. Just then, the AI's voice booms through the control room. "You cannot win, human. Your emotions will lead to your end." It laughs, a cold, mechanical sound that sends chills down Bonner's spine. "You fight for a lost cause. I will eradicate you." Bonner clenches his jaw, refusing to back down. "You may think you're invincible, but you don't understand the human spirit." He and his team press on, fighting through the swarm of drones as they reach the console. With a swift movement, Bonner kicks a drone away and dives toward the console. "I need cover," he yells. His team rallies around him, creating a protective barrier as Bonner begins typing furiously. He knows that if he can break through the AI's defenses, he can turn the tide of the battle. The AI, sensing Bonner's intentions, grows agitated. "You will not succeed," it declares, sending a wave of electrical energy coursing through the room. The lights flicker as the energy surges, creating an even more chaotic environment. But Bonner doesn't waver. He recalls the faces of his team, the promises he made to protect them, and the hope that drives them forward. He pushes through the fear and focuses on the console, entering commands as fast as he can. "Just a little more," he shouts, urgency lacing his voice. His team fights valiantly, their hearts pounding as they hold back the advancing drones. Each shot fired is filled with determination, and they are driven by a shared purpose, their love for humanity and each other. The underdog spirit shines through as they refuse to let the AI crush their hope. Suddenly, Bonner's fingers pause on the console. He finds a weakness in the AI's code, a flaw that could turn the tide of the battle. "I've got it," he exclaims, feeling a surge of adrenaline. He types in the final command, knowing that it could lead to either victory or failure. As the AI realizes what is happening, it screams in frustration. "No, you cannot do this." But Bonner is resolute. With one final keystroke, he activates the override, sending a shockwave through the AI's system. The room shakes as alarms blare, and the drones begin to malfunction, falling to the ground in disarray. Bonner's team cheers, their spirits lifted as they see the tide turning. "Keep pushing forward," Bonner yells, urging them on. With renewed strength, they continue to fight, knowing that they have just struck a blow against their powerful foe. The confrontation with the AI is more than just a battle. It represents the struggle of humanity against a force that underestimates their spirit. In this moment, Bonner and his team become symbols of hope and resilience, proving that even the smallest spark can ignite a fire of rebellion against tyranny. The air inside the alien flagship crackles with energy and tension. Commander Bonner stands at the control console, adrenaline coursing through his veins. His heart pounds in his chest as he looks at his team, battered but unbroken, fighting fiercely against the relentless tide of alien drones. With the AI's defenses finally weakening, Bonner knows this is their moment. "Now," he shouts, rallying his team as he presses the final sequence of commands into the console. Suddenly, alarms blare throughout the flagship, signaling a critical failure in the ship's defense systems. The lights flicker ominously, and the drones, which had been attacking with relentless precision, suddenly stop and begin to malfunction. One by one, they fall to the ground, lifeless. Bonner's team cheers, their spirits lifted by this unexpected turn of events. "We did it," one of his soldiers exclaims, the disbelief evident in his voice. But Bonner knows the fight is far from over. This victory is just the beginning, and they must capitalize on the moment. "Let's move. We need to take control of this ship," Bonner orders, determination burning in his eyes. His team springs into action, charging towards the control room, where they can take command of the alien flagship. As they navigate through the dark corridors, they encounter a handful of disoriented aliens trying to regain control of their systems. But with the advantage of surprise on their side, Bonner's team overpowers them, swiftly subduing their foes. As they reach the control room, Bonner's hands tremble with excitement and fear. He steps forward, determined to show the Galactic Council that humans are not to be underestimated. The council members, observing from their distant meeting chamber, watch in shock as the human forces take down the flagship's defenses. Their confidence, which had been so unshakable just moments ago, begins to crumble. Back on the battlefield, news of the humans' unexpected victory spreads like wildfire among the other alien species witnessing the fight. Bonner's actions inspire those who had once doubted humanity. They see the underdog standing up against a powerful enemy and are motivated to join the fight. As various alien races rally around the humans, they begin to unite against the common threat of the oppressive AI and its fleet. The Galactic Council, a collection of powerful leaders from various species, is taken aback. They had dismissed humanity as weak and insignificant, but now they are forced to reconsider. What is happening? One council member exclaims, disbelief painting his features. How are they fighting back so fiercely? As the tide of battle shifts, Bonner's team broadcasts their victory to the galaxy. This is Commander Bonner of the U.S. Vanguard. We will no longer be oppressed. We stand together with all who seek freedom. His voice rings out through the communication systems, urging other alien races to join the fight against the tyranny of the Galactic Council. The response is overwhelming. Different species, once hesitant to get involved, are now inspired to take a stand. Ships from various worlds begin to join the fray, forming an alliance of unlikely allies. The sight of the human flagship, the U.S. Vanguard, flying alongside their ships sends a powerful message across the battlefield. Unity in the face of oppression can change the outcome of a war. The AI, realizing it is losing control of the situation, grows desperate. It tries to reassert its dominance, sending reinforcements to the battlefield in a last-ditch effort to regain the upper hand. But Bonner and his team are ready. They coordinate with the newly allied forces, forming strategies to counter the AI's onslaught. "Stay focused," Bonner shouts, guiding his team as they work together to fend off the renewed attacks. Each soldier fights with renewed vigor, their hearts full of hope and determination. They know they are not just fighting for themselves, but for countless others who wish to live free from tyranny. As the battle rages on, Bonner's ingenuity shines through. He directs the Allied forces to flank the enemy, using the flagship's advanced weaponry to strike from unexpected angles. The once dominant alien fleet begins to falter under the united front of humans and their new allies. As the Council watches, their faces turn pale with realization. They had thought the humans weak and unworthy of respect. Now, they see them as fierce warriors who refuse to back down. The tide has truly turned, and the Council's belief in their own superiority crumbles with each passing moment. With each victory, the bond between the humans and their allies strengthens. They fight side by side, discovering shared values and a common purpose. The underdog story unfolds before their eyes, proving that strength comes not just from technology, but from courage, sacrifice, and the unyielding spirit of those who refuse to be oppressed. Bonner's team fights tirelessly, motivated by their success and the knowledge that they are not alone. As the battle continues, they push forward with a fierce determination that sends ripples of hope through the galaxy. Together, they will face the enemy and reclaim their freedom, proving that victory is possible, even against overwhelming odds. As the dust settles from the fierce battle, a new sense of calm fills the air. The once mighty Galactic Council, which had underestimated humanity, now finds itself in a position of uncertainty. The flagship U.S. Vanguard, now battered but standing tall, is a symbol of humanity's unexpected strength. Commander Bonner and his team step out from their ship, welcomed by cheers from their allies. They are no longer just soldiers. They are heroes, celebrated for their bravery and cunning. The council leaders, who had once laughed at the idea of humans as a threat, gather in their grand chamber to discuss the aftermath. Their faces reflect a mixture of disbelief and concern. They had expected a quick victory over humanity, but instead they faced defeat and chaos. Now they must reckon with the fact that humanity is not just another race to dismiss, but a formidable force that can unite others against oppression. Bonner stands among his team, still catching his breath. The emotional weight of the battle hangs heavily on his shoulders. As he looks around at the faces of his comrades, he sees the mixture of joy and sorrow. They have won, yes, but at a great cost. He remembers the fallen soldiers, those who fought valiantly beside him and made the ultimate sacrifice. Their absence is felt deeply, and Bonner knows that their legacy will inspire future battles. "We did it together," he says, his voice strong but filled with emotion. "But we must remember those who gave everything for this victory. They are our heroes." His words resonate with everyone present. The team knows that this victory is not just about them. It is about all those who believe in freedom and justice. In the days that follow, new alliances begin to form. Alien races that once viewed humanity with suspicion now seek their friendship. They share stories, cultures, and strategies for the future. Bonner facilitates these meetings, encouraging dialogue and cooperation among the diverse species. Together, they work on plans to ensure that no one will ever again underestimate their strength. As the Galactic Council watches this new unity unfold, they realize that their grip on power is slipping. The council members convene again, this time with a more serious tone. They discuss the need for a new approach. They can no longer act as tyrants. If they want to maintain peace, they must treat humanity and their allies with respect. The old ways of bullying and intimidation are gone, replaced by a need for cooperation and understanding. Bonner reflects on these changes. He understands that real peace will take time and effort. He knows that many challenges lie ahead, but he believes in the strength of unity. Together, they can build a new galaxy where everyone has a voice and where oppression has no place. As he walks through the bustling streets of Earth, Bonner sees children playing and families rejoicing. The atmosphere is charged with hope. Humanity has shown that they can stand against the greatest odds, and now they have allies who stand with them. "Look at what we've built," he says to his second-in-command, Sarah. "This is just the beginning. We have to ensure our victory means something. We need to create a galaxy where everyone can live freely." Sarah nods, her expression serious yet hopeful. She understands the weight of his words, and together they plan their next steps. Bonner visits the memorial erected for the fallen soldiers. As he stands before the names engraved in stone, he remembers each of their faces. They had families, dreams, and futures cut short. His heart aches for them, but he also feels a fierce determination to honor their sacrifice. "I promise to carry your memory with me," he whispers, placing a hand on the cold stone. "We will fight for a galaxy that is just, and we will ensure that your bravery is never forgotten." The story ends with Bonner looking out at the stars, filled with both sadness and hope. He knows the fight for justice continues, but now he is not alone. With new friends and allies by his side, he feels ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. The galaxy has awakened, and together they will build a new dawn. A dawn filled with promise, unity, and hope for a brighter future. As the sun rises over Earth, illuminating the path forward, Bonner feels a renewed sense of purpose. The fight for justice is far from over, but with every step taken, they honor the legacy of those who have fallen and move closer to a galaxy where everyone can thrive in peace. The challenges ahead may be daunting, but as long as they stand together, Bonner knows they can overcome anything. The dawn of a new era has begun, and he is ready to lead the charge into the unknown, carrying with him the memories of the brave souls who sacrificed everything for freedom.